Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, nursing colleagues, members of the UWISON family, other faculty members, members of the university family, awardees, parents, and loved ones. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this our first virtual striping and awards ceremony for the BSCN program. We are so pleased, excited, elated to have you. I'm Melissa Walker, and I'm the program coordinator for the program here on campus. And I will be one of your chairpersons for today. With me is the lovely Miss Monique Campbell, who is currently a student in the Year 4 program, and she will be my co-host. Miss Campbell, it is such a pleasure and an honor to have you with me. Striping or capping, as it is called in some jurisdictions, has a long tradition in our nursing program. It is how we recognize students who have moved from one level to the other. So the striping helps us to identify what your student belongs to. Is this your first striping and award ceremony? And what does this occasion mean to you?
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. You know, COVID-19 has taken so much out of our nursing experience, so much so that this is my second striping and award ceremony, even though I am in year 4. And to answer your question, what does this mean to me? Well, for me, a striping and award ceremony is a celebration, and it celebrates the fact that after our struggles and our sweat and our tears, we've managed to meet both the academic and professional requirements needed to advance and be brought one step closer to our goal. And what better way to celebrate this struggle than with a ceremony under the theme Forge Ahead Boldly, Seizing the Path to Success.
Indeed, this is an excellent theme, considering, the year that has just passed or two. And, this actually was the theme that we used for our orientation exercise for our students who started in September. We really want to encourage our students to forge ahead, press on in spite of all the challenges. Of course, at the School of Nursing, we do nothing without seeking God's help and guidance and inviting his presence. So I will now invite Mrs. Charlene Marshall Davis, who is the logistics manager at the Emergency Department Division and Special Services Branch of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, to do the invocation for us.
Chairpersons, Miss Melissa Walker, Bachelor of Nursing Coordinator, and Miss Monique Campbell, fourth year nursing student, Professor Ian Boxill, Principal of the University of the West Indies Mona campus, Professor Minova Thame, Dean Faculty of Medical Sciences, UWI Mona, Dr. Dawn Monroe, Head of School, Professor Wendell Hagel, Head Community Health and Psychiatry, UWI Mona, Miss Danielle Mullins, President, Guild of Undergraduate Students, UWI Mona, Mrs. Sheila Daly-Jones, Registrar, Nursing Council of Jamaica, Mrs. Patsy Edwards-Henry, President, Nurses Association of Jamaica, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, fellow students, family and friends, good afternoon. Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, as we gather this afternoon on this very special occasion, our annual award and striping ceremony, I ask for your blessings on Dr. Monroe Head, UWISON, faculty members, all invitees bringing greetings, the student body, the organizers of this function, all the persons who worked assiduously for the success of this ceremony, and above all, students being striped and our outstanding awardees. I pray, Almighty God, that your hand of mercy, protection, guidance, and prosperity rest heavily on each individual. Dear God, thank Thank you for preserving our lives and continuing to keep us safe through this pandemic and forever. Help us, Lord, to be resilient as we forge ahead, bolding, sizing the path to success. Lord, as we go forward from this moment, be with us all. In Jesus' name, amen.
And amen. Thank you, Mrs. Marshall Davis, for welcoming God's presence and for that blessing on the school and those who are in the school. We will now wait upon our head of school, Dr. Dawn Monroe, as she brings greetings and opening remarks. Dr. Monroe?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Ms. Melissa Walker, BSc Program Coordinator. Co-Chair, Ms. Monique Campbell, fourth-year nursing student. Professor Ian Boxhill, Deputy Principal of the University of the West Indies Mona Campus, here in the room with us. Professor Minerva Thame, Dean, Faculty of Medical Sciences, UWI Mona. Professor Wendell Abel, our honored guest speaker this afternoon, Head Community Health and Psychiatry, here in the room with us. Ms. Danielle Mullins, President, Guild of Undergraduate Students, UWI Mona. Mrs. Shirley Marshall Davis, Ministry of Health and Wellness. Mrs. Sheila Daly-Jones, Nursing Council of Jamaica. Mrs. Patsy Edwards Henry, President, Nurses Association of Jamaica. Other distinguished guests, and that's all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, fellow students, family, and friends, it is an honor to greet you on this special occasion where we celebrate and applaud our students for their greatness. I am so sorry that we are missing the buzz of conversation and interaction and the joyful twinkles in our eyes that is typical of face-to-face interaction as we celebrate and highlight our students' accomplishments. If I could, I would have invited all of us to just unmute our mics and make a lot of noise, but that might make our technical team very nervous. But you can write in the chat and shout out somebody. This is a signature event, not only because it marks the progress our students have made, but especially because it marks our collective success. At a time when we are faced with the strong headwinds of a pandemic and financial, social, and personal challenges, today is therefore a triumphant display of resilience, commitment, and excellence. One of the targets of the BSc program is the development of students who are leaders, creative problem solvers, and critical thinkers. Among the special awardees this afternoon are students who have already demonstrated great potential for leadership and social advocacy alongside their excellent academic performance. This is the brand of all-round scholarship that we aim to cultivate at the UWI School of Nursing, Mona. Students, this afternoon, all of you will receive an award. Yes, your stripes represent an award. It is the reward for your tenacity in boldly facing and overcoming challenges, resulting in you fulfilling the criteria for progression. Just give yourselves a round of applause. This is no small feat, isn't that so? Ladies and gentlemen, the students assembled here are required to pass every single course and to demonstrate professional conduct to be eligible to receive their stripes and awards. This is absolutely worth celebrating. Can I get a woohoo? To our dear students, or as I like to call you, our junior colleagues, your stripe means that you have proceeded, but it also means that you have attained a higher level of competence in utilizing knowledge, providing patient care, and engaging in socially responsible actions. It means that you possess the capacity for deeper levels of critical thinking, clinical reasoning, and self-directed engagement in learning. I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate the lecturers, preceptors, administrators who walk alongside our students every day, who are no doubt rejoicing in the accomplishments of our students. I'm absolutely grateful to our clinical partners at hospitals, health centers, rehabilitation centers, schools, special communities for making our students' experiences meaningful. Parents, spouses, children, and loved ones, your support is critical to our students' success. Therefore, you too deserve applause, applause, applause. Thank you. There is a verse in the Bible that encourages me when I feel like I can't be bothered or when I need to be reminded that my life has purpose. It is, "He who began a good work in you is faithful to complete it." God will complete the work He started in you. Never give up, never compromise. Be truthful and always strive for excellence. You are designed by God for excellence. Your best is excellence. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Monroe, for your kind words. We are always pleased to hear from you. We might not be face to face, but I'm sure you can see the twinkles in my eyes. Miss Walker, I have a little surprise for you and our viewers. My fellow colleagues aren't just future nurses. We are packed with a wide variety of talent. And to kick things off this afternoon, we have a special item from the students from the UWISON Kingston campus. Let's take a look.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying, you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I've gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. always almost there. The goal is within reach. So it's gonna be another mountain. Always gonna wanna make it move. It's gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I get left to love. Ain't about how fast I can think. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Keep on moving, keep climbing, keep faith, it's all about the climb. Keep your faith, keep your faith. There's always gonna be another mountain. Always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb.
Wow, that item was packed with encouragement. Don't give up. Keep on moving. Keep climbing your faith. Keep your faith. And then Dr. Monroe encouraged us. Remember, you were designed by God for excellence. So much encouragement so far. We will now hear greetings from our Deputy Principal, Professor Ian Boxhill, and he will then be followed by the Dean of our faculty, Professor Minerva Thane.
Good afternoon. Dr. Monroe, Director of UWISON, Dean Thane, I should have said our chairpersons who are expertly guiding us through this program, Ms. Walker and Ms. Campbell. I also see in the meeting here our Guild President, Ms. Daniel Mullins, of course our guest speaker, Professor Wendell Abel, and Ms. Patsy Edwards Henry, President of the NAJ. We thank you for your invocation, Mrs. Marshall Davis, and all the other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, especially our students. Today is your day. I'm happy to be here, and when the invitation was issued, I indicated that I would be here in person, and the reason for that I wanted to signal that we at the University of the West Indies are moving on from the pandemic. We're not saying that the pandemic will not be with us for some time, but it is time to move on. So I indicated that I will be here in person, as I have been to many events. And I hope and I expect that this will be the situation moving forward. And as has been said before, it has been a long and difficult 2 years. Of course, you as nurses would know, since you are on the front line, and you would obviously know this better than I. But you know, there is a Chinese proverb that goes, no matter how tall the mountain, it cannot block the sun. Throughout the last 2 years, health workers of all stripes, but particularly nurses, have been our sun. For where would we have been without nurses? No doubt we would have been mired in a bad place, or a much worse place. The chronic shortage of nurses here in Jamaica and all over the world tells its own tale about how central you are to our local and global healthcare systems. We all know that nurses have always been essential to the survival of modern society. Indeed, in good times, in times of pandemics, in peace, and in war. We know that nurses are now the front lines in the war between Russia and Ukraine. and indeed not for the first time. Some of you would know that both Florence Nightingale and our very own Mary Seacole served in the Crimean War in the 1850s. The same Crimea, which is now part of Russia or Ukraine, depending on your perspective, and again at the center of yet another war as we speak. It was Nightingale who is said to be the founder of modern nursing. Here I'm encroaching into an area for which I'm not an expert, so I hope I'm correct here. For it was she who said that nursing is an art, and if it had been made an art, it requires an exclusive devotion as hard a preparation as any painter's or sculptor's work. For what is the having to do with dead canvas or dead marble compared with having to do with the living body, the temple of God's Spirit? It is one of the finest arts. I had almost said the finest of fine arts. Of course, nursing is also based on science. But to me, what Nightingale described was that nursing requires skill and heart. This ceremony today signals that you are indeed among the chosen few with that skill and the heart. To work in this oftentimes chaotic and stressful but beautiful world. So on behalf of the principal and the executive management of the Mona campus, and indeed the entire University of West Indies, I congratulate you on these awards and indeed this striping ceremony. I congratulate the Faculty of Medical Sciences and the School of Nursing, and of course your leadership on this proud occasion. But most of all, I congratulate you students on making it this far and doing so well. Your task is not going to be an easy one, for invariably it will require giving hope to those who have no more, and easing the pain of those who suffer and endure. Alas, I can do no better than to quote the words of another famous nurse. Yes, I must quote the great Mary Seacole, who once said, "Beside the nettle ever grows the cure for its sting." Thank you very much, and hearty congratulations once again.
Chairpersons, Ms. Campbell and Ms. Walker, Dr. Dawn Monroe, Head of UWISON, Professor Ian Boxell, Deputy Principal, UWI Mona, Ms. Danielle Mullings, Guild President, Mona, Ms. Sheila Jones, Director of the Nursing Council of Jamaica, Mrs. Patsy Edwards Henry, President of the Nurses Association of Jamaica, Professor Wendell Abel, our guest speaker, or other specially invited guests, nursing students, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you very much for inviting me to bring greetings to the UWI School of Nursing Annual Award and Striping Ceremony. Each year, over 150 nurses are recognized for their academic and clinical achievements and outstanding professionalism. Congratulations to you all. Earning your stripes is a way to show persons that you have completed another hard year of working within this field. It is a meaningful recognition to the students and an opportunity to share this accomplishment with family and friends. Nursing is a calling, and I'm sure in the recent pandemic, we have seen the importance of our nurses as we celebrate them and will always continue to celebrate them. This is a special day for you when you celebrate with your friends and families. The period from March 2020 has been a difficult one as you worked and studied through this pandemic, which has changed everything. At the best of times, when things are planned and scheduled, university life can be very challenging. With the pandemic, when you throw this into the mix with uncertainty, constantly changing schedules, constantly changing plans, shifting assessments, one can imagine how difficult this must have been. But I'm sure you will persevere, and you are here this afternoon to celebrate your achievements. Every crisis, as this one has been, must leave us a better person at the end of the day. This experience would have taught you how to develop strategies to strive and to succeed. Take these experiences with you. Cherish the friendships that you have developed and will develop in the years to come. Very often, they will become your lifelong friends. As you continue to grow and to develop in your career, you will meet many more adverse events. Some will stall your progress, but always remember, it is not how many times you fall, but the fact that you can find the strength to get up and go again each time. Congratulations to you all, and I wish you all the best going forward in your career. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Boxill, for saying to us no matter how tall the mountain, it cannot block the sun. And thank you for reminding us that we as nurses are the sun. Also, thank you, Professor Thame, for reminding us that we are worthy of being celebrated, especially in this time of difficulty. Now, to continue our greetings, we will hear from Ms. Danielle Mullings, our Guild of Student President at UWIMONA, after which Mrs. Sheila Daly-Jones, the Registrar of the Nursing Council of Jamaica, and our final greetings for this afternoon will be from Mrs. Patsy Edwards-Henry, the President of the Nurses Association of Jamaica.
Greetings, Pelicans. It's my distinct pleasure to bring greetings to the UWI School of Nursing MONA's annual Awards and Striping Ceremony. I especially love the theme, Forge Ahead Boldly, Seizing the Path to Success. As a part of this prestigious student body, you've been a part of an immensely driven community of young leaders and future health professionals who will energize your spirit and inspire you to work together, as together we can. You've been one of us on this new chapter of your life during one of the most uncertain and dynamic periods the world has ever seen. You've been resilient, focused, and have been operating with a keen sense of self-awareness and kindness. Each year, over 150 students are recognized in this space for their amazing academic and clinical achievements and even outstanding professionalism. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to be here with you as we recognize these students who have excelled. As you move on from here, navigating the upcoming academic year or the closing of your academic year, please remember that you are the chief architect of your life. Draw each line carefully and utilize these years to build a solid foundation for your future. In all that you do, remember that each person's growth looks different and there's no timeline on where you can reach over time. I encourage each of you to get involved. You have been getting involved. Clearly, that's why you're here, right? Meeting new people and believing in your potential to be great. I want to remind you to trust in your astronomical aspirations and set foot on this journey with a centered and focused approach. Once more, it's been my pleasure to bring greetings, and I want to just wish each and every one of you the best of success, the best of life, and the best of luck as you continue on your journey in this academic space. Thank you.
Chairpersons, Miss Melissa Walker, Program Coordinator, and Miss Monique Campbell, fourth year nursing student. Dr. Dawn Monroe, Head of School, University of the West Indies School of Nursing. Professor Ian Boxill, Deputy Principal, UWISON. Guest on the greeting list to our guest speaker, Professor Wendell Abel. Family members, friends, and of great importance this afternoon, the reason we are here, our students. Good afternoon. The pleasure is mine this afternoon to bring greetings on behalf of the Nursing Council of Jamaica, the regulatory body responsible for setting the standards of professional practice, conduct, examination, and training. The Council celebrates your achievement of another annual award and striping ceremony. Your theme, Forge Ahead Boldly, Seizing a Path to Success. A nursing striping, pinning, and awards ceremony is not just a traditional exercise, but an important symbol that you have worked hard, you have dedicated yourself to achieve academically, to maintain professional conduct, and no doubt to hone skills in clinical practice. This ceremony is not just for students, family, relatives, and friends, but it's also an event that is heartwarming for your heads of school, faculty, and other members of staff. To achieve this milestone, it took a lot of hard work amid the many challenges that you have faced, especially during the heightened pandemic period. But you were determined to be bold, to be brave, and to be brilliant as you continue to forge ahead boldly. Seize the path that leads to success. Once again, on behalf of the Nursing Council of Jamaica, well done to the UWISON team, and congratulations to our awardees and to those who will be striped this afternoon. Congratulations from the Nursing Council of Jamaica.
Afternoon from the Nurses Association of Jamaica. To our chairpersons, Miss Melissa Walker, and nursing student, Miss Monique Campbell, to Mrs. Charlene Marshall Davis, Dr. Dawn Monroe, Head of School, Professor Ian Boxill, Deputy Principal, University of the West Indies, Mona Campus, to Professor Minera Thame, Dean Faculty of Medical Sciences, Miss Danielle Mullings, President of the Guild, the representative from the Nursing Council of Jamaica, our guest speaker, Professor Wendell Abel, to all faculty members, and most of all, our nursing students, good afternoon. I bring warm greetings from the Nurses Association of Jamaica as we celebrate this outstanding achievement of our students on being striped. Over the years, striping ceremonies have never failed to bring out that level of joy in me, because it always speaks of achievement. As you are being striped this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I request and I implore, and I want to this afternoon beg of you to wear your stripes with pride. Just this morning, I was looking at a document which said that a survey was done which showed that nursing is one of the most honest and respected professions in the world. You are a part of that honest and respectful professions. I encourage you to maintain the integrity that the profession has garnered over the years. I encourage you to maintain the professionalism that the profession has garnered over the years. Let the expectation that persons have of you be that which you portray. I congratulate you on this proud achievement, even as we have gone through 2 years of what I would call unprecedented times. I congratulate you on the achievement, and I do hope that those of you who have moved along, be it first, second, third, fourth stripe, I pray that you will continue to grow from strength to strength. From the Nurses Association of Jamaica, congratulations. I do hope for you a wonderful evening, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies. We were reminded that we are the chief architect of our lives. We may not want to hear this, but there is no timeline to achieving our goals, and we should wear our stripes with pride. It is now time for us to hear from our guest speaker, but before he comes, I will invite Mrs. Kimari Serinash, who will do the introduction.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me to continue on the protocols which have already been established. This afternoon, it is my immense pleasure to introduce a speaker who needs no introduction. So I dare say I have the easiest job of the afternoon. This afternoon, we will hear from Professor Wendell Abel. He is a consultant psychiatrist, head of the Department of Community Health and Psychiatry, and a distinguished researcher with over 80 peer-reviewed articles. Professor Abel has ably led several community-based projects targeting the mentally ill across Jamaica, within CARICOM, PAHO, and the EU. Professor Abel is fluent in Spanish and French, and he is a well-sought-after motivational speaker. Please help me to make welcome our guest speaker this afternoon, Professor Wendell Abel.
Good afternoon, everyone. Wherever you are, I want everybody to just shout out and say, yay! Yay! We need to get some vibes going, you know. I miss face-to-face, and long for the day for us to return in a lecture hall and we're seeing each other and we're feeding on the energy and the vibes. To start this afternoon, I want to say good afternoon again to everybody. And I'm going to start as a psychiatrist by just asking you, wherever you are, just pause for a moment and just do a deep breathing. You know, we've gone through some tough and rough times during the pandemic, and a lot of people shared with me how anxious they have been. And I found deep breathing to be something that has just kept a lot of us going and just, you know, reduce that anxiety. So wherever you are, just pause for a little moment and just breathe in and out, hold your breath, breathe out through your mouth, gently doing that. Keep doing it. Don't want to send you off to sleep before I speak. But we'll get back to this though. There's a reason I started with this. So this afternoon I'm asked to address the award and striping ceremony for UWISON 2022. And I'm very happy. I must congratulate the school and Dr. Monroe and team and the chairpersons for really ensuring that we put on another award and striping ceremony. despite the pandemic, because these ceremonies are important. It's important for us to recognize people who are outstanding leadership, professionalism, clinical performance, most outstanding student, as we will this afternoon. But it's also important for us to celebrate and acknowledge progress that people are making as they move from one year to another academic year. So I want to congratulate you all. And I start by sharing a story. It's by now, I think most of us realize that we have the first black woman who is actually being considered for the Supreme Court in the USA. That's a very prestigious achievement, Ketanji Brown Jackson. And she tells a story about her story that in high school, when she told her guidance counselor that she wanted to attend Harvard, guidance counselor told her that she should reconsider. Because as a black girl, she probably would not be able to, so it was thought, make it to Harvard. And she made it to Harvard, of course, and did well. But while at Harvard, like many of us are students, and sometimes faculty, when the going gets rough, and you know there have been some rough days during the pandemic, she said she was one day in her, just thinking deeply about school and probably thinking about the challenges, the hard work, the years ahead, Harvard and the competition. And an elderly black woman passed and saw her, deep in thought, and that woman whispered to her, persevere, persevere. And I want to repeat that this evening and to remind us, persevere, keep running. Yes, in fact, your theme is forge ahead boldly. But I say persevere, persevere, keep running. That must be our take-home message, but I'm not finished yet. You know, can't have a conversation with young people and adults in Jamaica without reflecting on our athletes. And they certainly have taught us some lessons about persevering, right? And at this evening, I want to remind us that we are all in an academic race. We might not be running a 100-meter or a 200-meter, but we are in an academic race. And in this race, we can all win. Unlike 100 meters or 200 meters. In this race, we must run our own race. And in this race, we must outdo ourselves. That every semester, every year, we have that potential and possibility to do better than we did the year before, right? And this evening, that's what we're going to be celebrating. People who have all won, and we all have won, right? And people who have learned the art of running their race and not doing themselves. And so I want to pause again and just extend my heartiest congratulations to everybody, reminding you, as was said before, we are all winners, yes? And I want everybody to just join in and just give a round of applause, wherever you are, at home, in your kitchen, in your garden, wherever you are. Let's keep the energy going. Congratulations. But like in every race, there are setbacks, and I'm sure many of us have had our setbacks, some personal, death, illness. We have the financial setback, and deputy principal, you know that's a big one. I'm sure you have to deal with that every day. I don't know how you cope. I know you're a good man and you work hard, and I'm glad you're here. Many of us have had setbacks in our personal relationships, family relationship, intimate relationships, and of course, can't have a conversation like this in 22 without thinking about the pandemic and the setback. And you know, I pause to just acknowledge nurses, because I think usually in the health system, we know the nurses undertake the brunt of the burden. We know it. It's nursing that delivers 24-hour continuous service, day in, day out. And I can only imagine what it must have been in the pandemic. It's the nurses who had to greet the patients gasping for breath and falling sometimes on the floor in front of them. And I've heard stories about that. It's the nurses who've had to sit on the isolation ward. Sometimes one nurse with many patients, 8, 12 hours, yes, putting their lives on the line and at risk. It's been the nurses who've had to hold the hands of many patients who die alone during the pandemic without family or friends to be by their side. It's been the nurses who've had to perform the last offices as you prepare that lifeless body in dignity. And so I just want to just acknowledge all of our nurses. Nurses on the floor in hospitals, health center, nurses in administration, nurses in academia, young nurses in training. I know you all have felt the brutal burden of the pandemic. And I just want you to pause and just give yourself a round of applause. Well done. And like Shelley and Fraser, remember she came back from injury after having a baby to win another 100 meter. And the message she said is, focus, continue to run your race, right? And I just want to just remind us, focus, run your race, keep running. And remind us of Usain Bolt. He's not retired, but I think it was in the 2018 Olympics. A lot of people probably don't remember. He was last out of the block, last. And look at his shoes. His lace was untied, right? But he kept running and he won. Keep running, persevere. Despite the challenges and the setback and the odds, keep running. And I just want to just reflect. People don't want to hear much about the pandemic. We're tired of it, we're fatigued. But a lot of us did experience stress during COVID. I know I did, right? And I want to ask the question of us and respond in the chat. We want some interaction here. Were you stressed out? Right? Yes or no? We want to see some feedback, and I'm sure people are saying yes, right? And I had to deal because one of the major challenges we faced was the mental health fallout. We still continue to deal with it. You only have to look at our emergency room now where patients are just piling up. Yes, there are days when we have up to 15 patients in our emergency room here at UWI, competing, waiting for a bed on a ward that is full, and we feel the burden. In fact, the other day, a journalist interviewed me, and it was a rough day. In my 30-odd years of practice, I've never had to treat so many cases of depression and anxiety. And all I could say to the journalist, and it made the headline, is depression, depression, depression. I see some of you probably read it, right? But it does speak to the mental health issues that we've had to face, the anxiety, the depression, the frustration, anger, grief, the emotional exhaustion. A lot of nurses and healthcare workers have become exhausted. And just that feeling of being overwhelmed, the sleep disturbance, and for those in the care profession and the health profession, nursing, compassion fatigue. And so, sometimes when you see a nurse in an emergency room just walking from patient to patient, and she just doesn't have the time to smile, it's not that she's callous or uncaring. It's just tired and fatigued from moving from one person to another, one body to another, right? And lots of nurses will also tell you that during the pandemic and during periods of stress, they experience a lot of what we call moral distress. When the system sometimes make you incompetent, you want the tools to work, you don't have the medication, you don't have the facilities, the ward is crowded, and you want to do your best to do the things that you're trained to do, but you can't do it. When the system sometimes render us incompetent, we suffer from moral distress. And I hope that is something the school continue to look at and read about, study about, right? Because I think the whole concept of moral distress is something that emerged out of the nursing profession, because nurses are at great risk of suffering from moral distress. And just remind us that stress rewires the brain, yes, more ways than one. And so, as we come out of the pandemic, I just want to remind us that as we bounce back. We also want to rewire our brain, right? And as we bounce back, we need to focus on mental health, focus on coping and resilience. And I have 2 bottles there. And I just want to show us 2 bottles, the story of 2 bottles. One full with water, another one empty. And I suspect you know what I'm going to do. I squeeze the one full. And it just can't compress. You notice? Yes, it's a bottle that obviously has taken care of its headspace, full, has coping mechanism, resilient. And the bottle that is empty, you squeeze it, and it squashes and it squeezes, yes? And it's about just to highlight the need for us to be able to just bounce back, to build coping and to build resilience. And I just want to just share with us, remind us, the fact that we're all here means that we have been doing just that. We've been taking care of ourselves. But just to remind us of some coping tips is, one, the importance of self-care, yes? And especially to our nurses and our nursing students, that when the going gets rough and it's tough, right? When people are calling on you to take care of everybody, you're stressed out at work, you go home, the children, your auntie who is sick calling you, your grandmother, your cousin abroad, right? Remember, first put on your oxygen mask. You know, that's the flight attendant safety tip. Go on a plane, and the flight attendants, if there's trouble on the aircraft, oxygen mask falls. First thing you do, put on your oxygen mask. Take care of yourself. And part of it is that encourage us to make sure we get adequate sleep, exercise, diet, all of those things. And of course, relaxation. That's why I highlighted that at the beginning. It's also important for us to deal with our feelings. You know, we live in a society where we don't like to share feelings, we don't like to talk about feelings, we don't create enough forum, right, for us to sit and just share our feelings, especially in the profession. And I encourage, I mean, the head of school been doing that, NAJ president, nursing council, not only about regulating the profession and about advocating for salaries, but our nurses have gone through a lot. And I hope we continue to do a lot for them and to give them that space to just express how they feel and how they've survived and come out of the pandemic. Because you'll be surprised at how much pain and hurting there's going on, still going on. Because a lot of times we take our nurses for granted. And so, you know, we must continue to create this space to encourage people to deal with their feelings. And I tell a lot of us that although we're coming out of the pandemic, there are days when you're going to have your tough days, your rough days, reflecting on the trauma and the difficult times. And when those days come, just remember, it's okay not to be okay sometimes. And I want everybody to repeat that it's okay not to be okay sometimes. And, you know, during the pandemic, it's been a constant message I shared with people, and a lot of people have come to me and said thanks for that, because especially people in the profession, in healthcare, that there are days when we really feel badly, we're grieving and we're hurting, and just that reminder that it's okay not to be okay sometimes. Timely, we appreciate it. Share that with your children too. Just remind them that it's okay not to be okay sometimes. All the studies have shown that an important technique to deal with stress and to maintain that state of mental well-being include practicing self-compassion. In fact, my grandmother did that. At the end of every day when she was finished her work, she would lift her head towards the heaven and she would say that when men on earth have done their best, angels in heaven can do no better, right? And so I just want you to just be gentle with yourselves, remembering that we've gone through some rough, tough days, right? And just being gentle. Every now and then you have to do, and you can do it with me wherever you are, with the butterfly hug. Take your left hand, put on your right hand on your left shoulder, left hand on your right shoulder, and just tap yourself. You see how it feels? I see you all smiling, eh? The butterfly hug. Everybody, you should do that, yes? Teach your children to do that during these tough times. Let's just be compassionate with ourselves. And while you're doing it, just remind yourself that I have done my best. All of you in the room today, all of you who are participating in this ceremony, butterfly hug, be compassionate with self. And it's also important for us to continue to express gratitude. I've heard a lot of it this evening. Gratitude to everybody around, your family, your friends, members of your faith community, to the transcendent being, God, whatever you call that, that power to be, right? Let's continue to express gratitude and let's not take things for granted. And what I think by now we all recognize the importance of connections, human connections, and the importance of just reaching out to family, friends, members of our faith community. These are things that have kept us going and sustained us during the pandemic. And so I just want to remind us that we've come thus far and that winners don't quit and quitters don't win. And I want everybody to repeat that. Winners don't quit and quitters don't win. Right? And so persevere, keep running. And as we keep running, let's continue to seek opportunity, even beyond COVID. And there are many opportunities, right? In fact, in the very profession, we see that there's great demand for nursing, yes? And I hear the recruiters are coming here, right? They're at our steps, deputy principal, they're here. And they're recruiting even before the students sit their exams, yes? And it's because they've realized that we have an excellent training program here. Thanks to Nursing Council. Sometimes they're hard, but we understand you have to maintain the standards, right? But, I just want to remind our students to continue to seek opportunity. And I show this slide every time, many times. What do you read there? And I think some of you, I don't know what you're reading, but some of you say opportunity is nowhere, right? But if you look closely, it says opportunity is what? Nowhere, right? And opportunity is like that even when it's staring you in the face, sometimes we don't see it, right? And I remind you that deem it a great opportunity to be at university, one of the top universities in the world, top 1.5%, is it? Right? Don't take that for granted. And that you're in the nursing program, a competitive one. Make every use of the opportunity that you have. Opportunity to study, opportunity to socialize, opportunity to grow, every opportunity. Because at the end it will make you a great nurse and a great human being. And if the room were full, right, I would have shown this and I know it would have created more stir. But I want to give this package to somebody today. I want to give it to somebody. Can you monitor the chat room to see anybody responding? Somebody put up their hand. I want to give this room nobody. But see, you're the only one in the room that put up your hand. She did come for it. I don't see anybody, but come on. You can come for it. But some of us, you probably all were afraid to come. But let's give her a hand because it's about opportunity, That even when the opportunity is there, right? Some of you probably didn't take it seriously. Nobody responded in the chat. If somebody had really lifted their hands in the chat room, they would have gotten it, right? But that when opportunity is staring in the face, we must reach for it, get out of our seats, right? And go for it, right? Keep running. And as I come to a close, I remind us that we need to believe in ourselves, yes? Believe in yourself. And I tell you the story of this $5,000 note. I brought one with me. And you see this $5,000, it's $5,000, right? With inflation, it can buy a lot these days, right? But there's a story behind it, I'm going to crush it. And I crush it, I throw it on the ground. And when I throw it on the ground, I'm going to stamp on it. I stamp on it, yes? And when I take it up, has it lost its value? No. And the message behind it is that you may be thrown down with the setbacks and the challenges. You may be crushed, yes? And you may be stomped upon, whether growing up, whether it's in university, feedback from your colleagues, lecturers, whatever, on the wards, in the clinical areas. But you may be crushed, you may be thrown down, you may be stomped on, but that will never ever, and let it not, make you lose your value, right? Thrown down, crushed, stomped, keep running, persevere. And as I come to an end, this is the very end, I want to share with us the story of the lion and the gazelle. The lion, you know, lion is a glorious creature, but it must eat, and it eats a lot. And every day it goes out, it seeks out a gazelle. You know, for the gazelle to survive, the gazelle has to run fast, right? And the story behind that, and I tell you the story every morning in Africa. I don't take this trivial. I ask everybody who can stand up in the room, stand up for me. Just give me some energy. That every morning in Africa, right, a gazelle wakes up knowing that it must outrun the fastest lion, or it's going to be eaten to death. And every morning in Africa, the lion wakes up knowing that it must outrun the slowest gazelle, or it will what? Starve to death. And at sunrise tomorrow, whether you're a lion or gazelle, you must be running at your best. Persevere. Keep running. Thank you.
Professor Abel, if we were not here to give out awards, I would just say amen and send us all home. But I must give out the awards. But you gave us so much to think about. Persevere, keep running. You reminded us that we are in an academic race and we can all win. We must run our own race and we must outdo ourselves. And you know, that reminded me of a scripture in Hebrews 12 verse 1 that says, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. So we must know what is our race. And you did say it, keep running, focus, run your own race. You acknowledge that amidst all this encouragement, you acknowledge the challenges, the setbacks, you know, the financial setbacks, emotional setbacks, family issues. But it spoke to us about how to bounce back. And I really, really loved that demonstration with the full bottle and the empty bottle. And I'm going to steal it, sir, with your permission. Just showing us that when we're on empty, stress is more likely to affect us in a negative way. Winners don't quit. Quitters don't win. Believe in yourself. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We will now have another item from our student nurses.
Every puppy got him flea. And you're not smarty if you not got no family overseas. Uncle Zaki sent a parcel. Earmail cable come from Sue. So my boat pull up this morning. You know here's a Sarah flu. Everybody this a talk about fingerprinting and passport, finance board, America Council, airway tickets, winter coat. I wonder is what fault them find with poor little Jamaica make everybody they live up and go America. By the time you say post picnic and as a quint your eye, as you yarn, you miss smaddy and boobs is America them gone. Some a go for vacation, some a go for turn high, some a go for education, but the whole of them a fly. Me ask myself what a matter, me ask myself what make. Is a tidal wave or earthquake or a storm them they expect? Jane says she meets so much old friend when she strolled down New York. that she feel like it's down a King Street or Luke Lane she dey walk. They might call me full of fashion, but what me fi do child? America by Louise Bennett. Every seki got him jeje, every puppy got him flea, and you no smarty if you no got no family overseas. Uncle Zaki send a parcel, airmail cable come from Sue. So me boat pull up this morning. You know hear say Sarah flew? Everybody this a talk about fingerprinting and passport, finance board, America Council, airway tickets, winter coat. I wonder is what fault them find with poor little Jamaica, make everybody they lift up and go America. By the time you say post picnic and as a quint your eye, as you yarn, you miss smaddy and boobs is America them gone. Some a go for vacation, some a go for turn high, some a go for education, but the whole of them a fly. Me ask myself what a matter, me ask myself what make. Is a tidal wave or earthquake or a storm them they expect? Jane says she meets so much old friend when she stroll down New York that she feel like it's down a King Street or Luke Lane she dey walk. They might call me full of fashion, but what me fi do child? If you not follow fashion, you will never make it in a style. So, me dey go follow. Me dey go lift up and go away. Anytime you not hear from me, is America me dey.
So very apt. Monique, when you don't hear from me, please know, say America me dey because me flew.
And please remember to take me with you.
I certainly will. So we're not fluing anywhere. We're not fluing anywhere at all. Monique, what time is it?
Is it summertime?
No, not quite yet. What time is it?
I believe it is time for us to hear the names of the students who have progressed from one level to the other, thus earning their stripes.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, if we were face to face, I would have said to the students they should give me a drum roll and we'd make a lot of noise and we go brrr, but we're not able to do that. And I'm sure that the students are actually doing it where they are. But ladies and gentlemen, all the names you are about to see are those students who have forged ahead and seized the path to success by securing their progression from year 1 to year 2, from year 2 to year 3, and from year 3 to year 4. Let us see who they are so the lists will flow concurrently and you will see all the names. And like Miss Lou would say, clap them. Congratulations to all our students who have received their stripes. I don't know about anyone else, but I felt like I was at the end of an awesome movie and the students were all the stars and the credits were just rolling. And I hope the students were able to identify their names. Miss Campbell, what is next?
Well, Miss Walker, next we are going to see those students who not only forged ahead, but did so boldly with a GPA 3 and over. In this section, we will also recognize those students who received the highest GPA for their year group. We will be presenting the certificates of achievement and award for highest GPA by year group. Starting with the certificate of achievement, now this is being presented to the students who have attained a GPA of 3 and above. This will be awarded by year group. We will recognize the students from the Mona and the WJC campuses individually. Highest GPA by year group. This award is presented to the students who have achieved the highest GPA for their individual year group. I will call on Mrs. Sandra Chisholm Ford to read the names of the students from Mona and to announce the students with the highest GPA, and Mrs. Marlise McBean Graham to call the students for the WJC campus.
Maya Allen, Tonian Allen, Janine Ambersley, Jada Anderson Clark, Jordan Anderson, Robert Bennett, Brittany Blackwood, Abigail Brown, Lakima Brown, Shanice Bryan, Alicia Campbell, Nicolette Campbell, Chantel Lee Campbell, Judana Case, Aaliyah Christie, Harik Clark, Damika Crary, Danae Daly, Samantha Daly, Helia Dennis, Alexandria Dixon, Nashay Douglas, Donique Drummond, Chanel Dunkley, Danae Edwards, Kimloy Edwards, Amy Foster, Moya Foster, Anisha Gentles, Thea Grant, Michaela Green, Kashawn Green, Hugh Handra Hill, Justine Johnson, Ashley Jones, Sabrina Knight, Regina Corrier, Tanisha Lakey, Mira K. Lewis, Rushni Lindo, Abigail Lindsay, Hedine Linton, Anjanette Longley, Leanne Lounges, Juloy Lovelace, Amanda Malcolm, Kenique Martin, Sharifa Matheson, Tamoya Matthews, Janelle McClare, Carrick McDonald, Tamika Mills, Alicia Minot, Deidre Moore, Takelia Morgan, Paige Mundell, Joanne Murphy, Kimberly Murray, Jodianne Palmer, Alexia Reed, Yannick Roy, Samantha Rufus, Jamaica Russell, Tashoy Sims, Janelle Smith, Damelia Stewart, Jacina Swaby, Romani Taylor, Regina Thomas, Shanae Thompson, Tonianne Townsend, Denicia Tracy, Amoy Walters, Shantae Welsh, Natalia Wellington, Colleen Williams, Shania Williams, Keneal Williams, Tonianne Williams, Theresia Wolf, Alexia Wright, Kadeen Young. Let me take a moment to present to you the student with the highest GPA for 2020-2021 cohort, Brittany Hay. Congratulations, Brittany, you did extremely well. Congratulations, highest GPA for 2020-2021, Brittany Hay. Go, Brittany.
Lydia Beckford, Marla Evans, Kimberly Green, Aurora Kate, Renee Palmer, Amelia Stone. This is the student with the highest GPA. Let us give a round of applause for this student who forged ahead boldly and got the highest GPA.
Congratulations, congratulations, and especially to Miss Brittany Hay and Amelia Stone for achieving the highest GPA for their time in year 1. We will now listen to the names of those students who forged ahead while they were in year 2 to achieve a GPA of 3.0 and above for the Mona and WJC. To read those names for Mona, I will invite Mrs. Kimari Serinesh, and for WJC, I will invite Mrs. Sherian Gordon Singh. And of course, they will both announce at the end of their presentations the student with the highest GPA. And I know you're clapping them, so continue to clap them.
Alexa Allen, Tashai Ashley, Marcia Bailey, Corianne Bailey, Diamond Beckett, Kamala Belnavis, Michelle Bennett, Brittany Black, Deandra Blair, Abigail Blake, Sophia Breary, Amoya Broderick, Alexa Brown, Rashawn Canigan, Amoy Chuck, Britannia Davis, Raquel Davis, Nadine Dixon, Tashari Elwood, Tahira Ingram, Ina Espute, Frederica Forbes, Cassandra Green, Denise Hamilton, Gia Henry, Yoshika Johnson, Anissa Lecky, Aita March, Jada Martin, Shameli Main, Brittany McPherson, Nikayla Milanese, Michaela Molar, Mikani Montague, Jodianne Morris, Alicia Nicholson, Zori Shea Palmer, Lorianne Reed, Oshanife Riley, Keita Robinson, Tavel Rose, Latalia Scott, Aisha Sr., Deschanel Simpson, Mona Lisa Smith, Sadiqa Smith, Cheryl Lee Smith, Victoria Smith, Cheyenne Solomon, Shamisha Swaby, Patrice Taylor, Vinay Tomlinson, Chanel Trowers, Shamon Vassell, Addison Williams, Loreth Williams, Selena Williams, Janelle Wilson, Rashina Wilson. Now, the next name I'm about to call is of the student who forged ahead boldly and seized the path to success by securing the highest GPA for year 2 in the 2020-2021 academic year. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to congratulate Miss Cathriana Sims. Good afternoon, everyone. I present the class from WJC year 2 to 3 with the highest with GPA 3.0 and above.
Delisa Bailey, Tyrese Bingham, Amy Brown, Simon Campbell, Sandra Campbell, Brittany Clark, Dwayne Gordon, Kimberly Granson, Chante Harwood, Monique Nicole, Tamika Sinclair, Georgia Frank, Aisha Vincent, Tino Williams, Sabine Victor, Sabine Victor, as the highest GPA certificate of achievement goes to Ms. Dominic Reese. Congratulations to you all.
I love what I am seeing. This is awesome. Congratulations to Cathriana Sims and Dominic Reese, who received the highest GPA. Ms. Walker, we cannot get enough. Let us now hear the names of those who forged ahead while they were in year 3 and gained a GPA of 3.0 and above. I will invite Mrs. Kadian Hewitt Thompson to read the names of the Mona students and Mrs. Verona Henry Ferguson to read the names of those students from WJC. And of course, we will also hear the names of the 2 top students from this year group.
Allison Adamson, Neosha Bailey, Nastasia Bartley, Damelia Bennett, Andreen Blackwood, Chanel Blake, Yanika Broderick, Jovian Brooks, Janelle Brown, Khadijah Brown, Shashonia Bryan, Amoya Buckley, Andrina Campbell, Monique Campbell, Opal Chin, Abigail Christie, Alia Clark, Delicia Clark, Tremaine Hodner, Kimberly Constable, Janelle Prairie, Camille Cunningham, Shanike Davidson, Kalia Davis, Frejanice Dawkins, Teshage Ferron, Cassian Forbes, Alicia Grant, Davia Giles, Danica Hammock, Brittany Houghton, Akeelia Henry, Morgan Hilton, Janae Jackson, Abigail James, Nikisha Kalu, Kawana Lewis, Lakisha Locke, Vanessa Mays, Chrisanne Maitland, Maurice Miller, Francine Mills, Ashley Morgan, Daniel Myers, Latoya Robinson, Denise Wu, Krishana Rowe, Latoya Russell, Janoy Sims, Renee Simpson, Moisha Tracy, Tahira Walford, Shanae Walker, Dinelle Watson, Moisha Wedderburn, Natasha White, Abigail Williams, Amira Williams, Michaelia Wilson, Rochelle Wright. The name of the student I'm about to call forged ahead boldly and see the path to success by securing the highest GPA in the year 3 for the 2020-2021 academic year. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Shanikia Parchment.
I will now be presenting the students from the WJC who forged ahead boldly and seized success in the year 2020-2021 and have moved on to their final year. Angelique Anderson, Trudian Brown, Paralee Clark, Valerian Davis, Antonia Dixon, Adisha Grant, Camille Jackson, Lonnie James, Shanice Livermore, Tanya Mason, Antona Maxwell, Brittany Robinson, Gina Smith, Ashley Walker, and I want us to pause to recognize Miss Esther Williams. She forged ahead, seized success by claiming the highest GPA in the Year 3 group 2020-2021. I congratulate you, Esther, for your hard work, perseverance, and for running your race and claiming the highest GPA. Congratulations to all the students who have forged.
Congratulations to Miss Parchment and Esther Williams. Miss Campbell, you were absolutely right when you said we just couldn't get enough, because there is more. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to our special awards. And the first special award is for outstanding leadership. And this award is being presented to students who displayed leadership qualities among other qualities. The students were shortlisted by their year coordinators and then scored based on a rubric with the following criteria: attitude to others, self-awareness, teamwork, participation in class activities, attendance, communication, and leadership. I will invite Mrs. Chisholm Ford, who is a lecturer and the Year 1 coordinator at the Mona campus, and who was instrumental in developing this rubric, to call the names of the students to receive this award. Mrs. Chisholm Ford will call the names of the students from both the Mona and the WJC campus. Mrs. Chisholm Ford, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ms. Walker. For the Year 1 cohort for the academic year 2020-2021, for outstanding leadership, we recognize Moya Foster for forging ahead. Congratulations, Moya. For the Year 1 cohort for the Western Jamaica campus academic year 2020-2021, we recognize Cabrera Ashley for outstanding leadership. For the Mona campus for the Year 2 cohort academic year 2020-2021, we recognize J. Dean Dixon. And for the Western Jamaica campus for the same academic year 2, 2020-2021, we recognize Cheyenne Campbell. For the Year 3 cohort for Mona campus for the academic year 2020-2021, our outstanding leader is Alicia Grant. And for the Western Jamaica campus Year 3 academic year 2020-2021, our outstanding leader is Ashley Walker. Congratulations, ladies.
Congratulations to all the students for their outstanding leadership. Our second special award is for professionalism. This award is being presented to the students who have demonstrated excellence in professionalism. This award is given to students in Year 2, Year 3 for the academic year 2020 and 2021. Students were graded on the following criteria: commitment to professional program, positive attitude, class participation, attitude to service, ethical interaction and behavior, respect for colleagues and patients, appearance, adherence to school rules, and honesty and integrity. I will invite Mrs. Devery Stewart to call the names of those students being awarded both Mona and WJC campus.
The students selected for the Professionalism Award from the Mona campus for the annual year 2020-21 goes to Katharina Sims, Brittany Clark from year 2, from the Western campus, from the Mona campus for year 3, 2020-21, Faylee Valentine Whitaker. From the Western campus, 2020-2021, Angelique Anderson. Let's give them a round of applause.
Wow, congratulations to all the students who have received awards for professionalism. You know, I wish all our students met the criteria for this award because professionalism is so very important for nursing. However, our next special award is for outstanding clinical performance. This award is presented to a fourth-year student who has achieved outstanding clinical performance. The student must have progressed normally through the program and must have passed all the clinical courses up to this point. And if they would have progressed normally, it means they would have passed all their other courses, not just the clinicals. This award is named the Cheryl Lopez Award, and it is in memory of the late Cheryl Lopez, who herself was an excellent clinician and worked as an educator at UWISON. Let me invite Miss Yvonne Morrison, one of our clinical preceptors, to call the names of the students from the Mona and WJC campus who we have found meet the criteria for outstanding clinical performance.
Student selected for outstanding clinical performance from the Mona campus goes to Abigail Christie. From the Western campus, Antona Maxwell. Congratulations, ladies.
Congratulations to Abigail and Antona. Miss Walker, I now have the most prestigious honor to announce the final special award. Ready? Drum roll! This is the Most Outstanding Student Award. This award is being presented to a current fourth-year student who has achieved outstanding performance both in the clinical and theoretical aspect of the program thus far. I will now invite our head of school, Dr. Dawn Monroe, to present these awards.
Most Outstanding Student 2020-2021, Miss Shanikia Parchment. And from WJC, let's see Antona Maxwell.
Congrats, Antona.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to all the student awardees. You are truly inspiring. I will now invite all the students to say with me the Nursing Student Pledge. Ready? In full awareness of the process that I have commenced to become a professional nurse, I declare before God and this audience that I will work diligently in applying knowledge, skills, and professional ethics to the care of clients without regard for creed, color, politics, religion, or social status. I promise to hold in confidence all personal information entrusted to me and to maintain the safety of all persons who require my care. I will remain respectful to peers and to those who are guiding my learning experiences, emulate the best practices they exemplify, and strive to be an excellent nurse representing a light rising from the West. I will now invite my colleague, Mrs. Alicia Grant, to move the vote of thanks.
Madam Chairpersons, Ms. Melissa Walker, BSN Coordinator, and Ms. Monique Campbell, my fourth-year nursing student colleague, Professor Ian Boxhill, Deputy Principal of the University of the West Indies, Mona Campus, Professor Minerva Thame, Dean, Faculty of Medical Sciences, UWI Mona, Dr. Dawn Monroe, Head of School, Professor Wendell Abel, Head, Community Health and Psychiatry, UWI Mona, Ms. Danielle Mullins, President, Guild of Undergraduate Students, UWI Mona, Mrs. Shirley Marshall Davis, Logistics Manager, Ministry of Health and Wellness, Mrs. Sheila Daly Jones, Registrar, Nursing Council of Jamaica, Mrs. Patsy Edwards Henry, President, Nurses Association of Jamaica, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, fellow students, family, and friends. I, Alicia Grant, consider this an honor and privilege to extend today's vote of thanks. Once a great man whispered, feeling thankfulness and not expressing it, it's like wrapping a present and not giving it. Today, I take the opportunity to put all my gratitude into words. I would like to thank the Logistics Manager of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Mrs. Shirley Marshall Davis, who took the time out from her busy schedule to open our striping and awards ceremony by invoking the presence of God. I thank our head of school, the most noble Dr. Dawn Monroe, who graced us with her presence and guidance. Thank you, Dr. Monroe, for charging us to never give up, never compromise. Our best is excellence, and that God will work, and that God will complete the work He began. The items performed by our students from both campuses, thank you for uplifting and reminding us to keep the faith, keep climbing, and don't give up. We were fortunate to hear greetings and encouragements from individuals critical to our academic and professional development. Deputy Principal of the University of the West Indies, Mona Campus, Professor Ian Boxhill. Dean, Faculty of Medical Sciences, Professor Minerva Thame. Guild of Undergraduate Students President, Ms. Danielle Mullins. The Registrar of the Nursing Council of Jamaica, Mrs. Sheila Daly Jones, and President of the Nurses Association of Jamaica, Mrs. Patsy Edwards Henry. Thank you for taking the time to share in this significant moment for us as students. A big thank you to Professor Wendell Abel for his eloquent and riveting address on the topic, Persevere, Keep Running. We are in an academic race. We can all win. Run our own race, outdo ourselves. Whether you are a lion or a gazelle, keep running at your best. Sir, indeed your words have inspired us as students. Well, chairpersons, ladies and gentlemen, An event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling weeks ago. It requires planning, critical analysis, and networking to accomplish the successes of this afternoon. We have been privileged to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated committee. Ms. Harding Simpson and the Planning Committee. Ms. Simpson, thank you for a stellar leadership in coordinating the striping ceremony. An extraordinary job done. The Dean's Office, the administrative, technical, and service staff of UWISON, and the outstanding MITS crew for the world-class production of our ceremony. Coordinators, who chose the awardees for this afternoon, the task was tedious. However, a job well done. I cannot thank everyone enough for their involvement and their dedication to the planning of this event, especially for your commitment beyond your comfort zones. I thank all the parents, loved ones, supporters for their presence this afternoon. We would not have been here without your perpetual guidance and support. Last but not least, future registered nurses, as I often collectively characterize us. Our time here is no walk in the park. We have faced many challenges and obstacles which we have had to overcome. We can all agree that this set of students, especially the current third years and fourth years, have been resilient. We survived the earthquakes in 2020. There was active hurricane season in 2020. Let us say we survived 2020, and we have been dynamic in our response to the COVID-19 pandemic from 2020 until now. The fact that we have made it here to accept our stripes and awards is just a testament to our perseverance and commitment to excellence. Forge ahead boldly, seize the path to success. Chairpersons, ladies and gentlemen, it was immensely pleasurable sharing this occasion with you. Thank you and good afternoon.
Miss Campbell, I do not know about anyone else, but I absolutely enjoyed this afternoon. Indeed. I was encouraged, I was inspired, and I was challenged. What would you say to students as they continue in their journey to forge ahead, and to those who did not receive an award today?
Well, for one, no watch, no face. All the names that have been mentioned today, striped or awardees, have been awarded. I, for one, know how difficult it has been trying to make it semester after semester, worrying and praying that you did not fail a course. Well, this is proof that you have done it and you can do it. Keep pressing and continue telling yourselves, I can and I will make it. And before you know it, you're a registered nurse.
And so our final words to you are, forge ahead boldly and seize your path to success. Good afternoon, everyone.